Alright, Shalom, first and foremost, hey, I want to begin by giving all praise, all glory, all honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostle and the elders of great millstone that rule well. Blessed salutation to the Akim who will be pushing this word through the four corners of the earth, in sincerity and in truth. Right? I just come out to basically edify the church here, by Hashem, Yahushai. Right, and the lesson I want to go into real quick, it basically came to mind from the brother Collab page. I was watching a video with them, and what he said is that basically in Trinidad they walk past in the promenade next to some RUIC men, and those RUIC men who will be preaching out there, basically, hey, they like to ask you, where's your fringes, where's your fringes, where's your fringes, bro? And he asked him, so where's your frontlet? Or where's your phylacteries? And basically they couldn't respond because they don't know these things. Or basically, I don't know if they don't, basically, the elder don't break it down to them. But hey, you had to be in the scriptures, right? And basically, hey, you had to be careful of the camps you be listening to all day. Because hey, a lot of them are already playing, basically the play to know the scriptures and they basically they don't, right? Because basically, the Most High basically only deals with a group or individual of people. The Most High is only waking up the elect. So you won't see everybody that will basically grab to this knowledge. But anyway, going into the scriptures real quick, this is Matthew 23. I'm going to start from 1 and read down. It says, Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat, and all therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not. Yea, after their works, for they say, and they do not. So the Pharisees basically, they like these pastors today, right? Take a pastor for example, the pastor out there basically reading from the scriptures, but basically what? You're not doing the things according to the scripture, because a lot of them pastors out there, you see, basically they're not waking up the children of Israel, right? They're feeding them that poison, they're feeding them that Christianity doctrine, they see that Jesus juice. They're not doing what I had to do. So basically, hey, and basically what they're sitting in Moses' seat, because Moses was what? Moses was the first king. And Moses basically was a priest. Right? So and it says, the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you, observe and do, but do not he after the works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulder, but they themselves will not move them with one of the fingers. And that's straightforward as them pastors today. Because people in the churches had to be paying the tithes. When tithes basically is 10% of every income, is your true tithes according to the scriptures. But the pastors, hey, what they doing? They're using the Most High money to do their pleasure. Because they don't give back to the people. That is one thing for sure. So this to show you that these pastors out there, the wicked, right? Reading on, it says, but all the works they do, verse 5, for all the works they do, for to be seen of men, they make them broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garment. And they make them broad the phylacteries. So hey, let me go into this word phylactery just to bring out a little edifying, This is the blue letter. Going into the word phylactery, it says, a front fill place provided with an aggression, a station for a guard. A guard or aggression, right? Hey, so that if I pronouncing some of Esau words little off, but hey, man. A preservative or safeguard, an amulet. The Jews used this word to describe small stripes of parchment on which were written the following passage of the law of Moses. Right, so the phylactery is basically like a little small thing you put in the law in, and they gave the scripture right there to match it up, Scrolling down. We're going to the Strongs to see. It says, outline biblical usage, a guard to watch, to keep watch, to guard, or to watch, to have an eye upon, lest he escape. A guard, a person, or a thing that may remain safe. And the phylactery is like a guard. Because when you keep the law, you don't go off, that is basically what will protect you. Because, hey, we went off, through sin, that is basically why we're in this state. So, hey, the most I basically pull himself away from us, because basically we went off. But now, he revealing himself back onto us in these last days, And we basically being rewoken or awake, So he's our power. He's the one basically who does basically keep us safe. Right? Reading on, it says, to guard a personal thing that he may remain safe. Alright. To protect one from a person or a thing. It's like a guard to protect you something, like an armor. When you put on an armor in war, that is according to the Galatians, Put on the armor. Right? When you put on an armor in war, that basically protect you from the attacks from the enemy. And basically, the Most High is our armor, because we had the scriptures. The scriptures will also protect you, because going through the scriptures is where you get your understanding from. Right? So, hey, the phylacteries to make broad the phylacteries, and the garment. So this is basically what it is do. Right? Because, hey, they say one thing, but they don't do it. Hey, it's like these scriptures, right? Yeah, you had to put words into practice. Right? So the phylacteries basically go back to the commandments of the Most High that was given to us by Moses, Basically go back into, because basically the phylactery is just representing the commandments. Because they used to put the commandments in the little thing. Right? This is the book of Deuteronomy 11 and 18. You can see point right. It reads, therefore shall he lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a frontlets between your eyes. Right? So the laws is where you had to bind up within your mind. The phylacteries is something, we're going to the word phylactery. So like your frontlets, It says,
Strong's age 2903.
Tutafoot. It says, a band, phylacteries, frontlet, a mark. So it is the commandments of the Most High, where it is basically, hey, you had to put within your mind. So the frontlet was something physical. You used to tie around your head. You could check it up, on the internet there. And you used to put the commandments, and it used to be at the middle layer for it so that you won't forget it. Basically, so the scripture said the Most High will put his laws in our inward parts. That we can be able to ever go off again. Right? So basically the phylactery is something physical representing or something spiritual. Because now, according to the book of Judges 5 and 11, we rehearsing the righteous act in Babylon, right? In confusion. That is what we're doing right now. And basically, hey, we trying to keep the laws to the best of our ability, right? Within this wicked place. We're trying to basically let the laws be filled within us. Because, hey, when you know the laws, right, that is what us give that strength. Because they just be able to fight. Because there's no way of fighting against, because basically, hey, the laws is what just guide you. Right? Lord is going to keep you safe. Right, let me just jump into the book of Exodus 13 and verse 1. It says, we jump to the point, I can jump to verse 11, verse 11, right? So like, here it says, and it shall be when Yahweh shall bring thee into the land of the Chaldeans, and he swear unto thee and to unto thy fathers, and shall give it to thee, that thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that open the matrix, and every firstling that come out of a beast, which thou hast the males shall be the Lord's, and every firstling of us thou shalt redeem with a lamb, and if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck, and all the firstborn of man among thy children shall thou redeem. And it shall be when thy son asks thee in the time to come, saying, what is this? Thou shalt say unto him, by strength of the hands of Yahweh brought us out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that Yahweh slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to Yahweh all that open the matrix, being male, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. And it shall be for a token upon thy hand, for a frontlet between thy eyes, for by the strength of Yahweh brought us out of Egypt. It's going to be for a commandment, that the Most High brought us out of Egypt. So then the Most High basically gave us this commandment, is basically to do His will. Right? It's basically to do His will. And this way out here we had to do is basically the Most High will. So it says, and it shall be a token upon thy hand for a frontlet.